Hi and good morning. This is Kieran here from Epoxy Dreams, Dees Side Limited. I've put together the video on, I'm going to do a run through, obviously through the video, a live run through stream of how I was doing each part. And I really hope you enjoy the video. If you do, then like and subscribe down below. There'll be other links to tools and what have you, items that I've used listed below. You can click on any of the links for more information. But most importantly, comment, tell me what you think, and I'll see you at the end. Okay, thanks. Okay, so here I have sanded down the worktops after the first pour, which was the colour coat, with 240 grit sandpaper. And you buy that pretty much anywhere. I've put a link down in the comments below so that you can pick it up off Amazon. This is a North 2000 grit. I've done one rub down with a sander, and now I'm just giving a final sand by hand, simply because you can actually feel the work surface underneath better, and it will give you, your touch feel will basically tell you if there are any lumps and bumps that need to have a little more effort to put in. So having done that, I then take my alcohol. I've got rubbing alcohol, and give that a really good wipe down. Again, get all the dust off, make sure it's spotlessly clean. Check for the silly things off cupboards and lights as well, spiders, flies, stuff like that. Try and keep your area fairly sterile, no bugs. But yeah, it's just a quick wipe down. Making sure that everything's really, really clean. And I guess one of the things to look out for at the moment would be the underneath of the countertop, the roll part. Just make sure that on the first coat that the drips haven't developed too much. Otherwise they're going to be even harder to come off with the second coat on. So now I'm going to mix the resin. I do have measuring pots, however, it's always better to weigh the mixtures out. So I've got 2 pots of, one is almost empty of the B. This is a 2-to-1 mixture, so just using the last part of the B mixture. So 2B to 1A is the measurement, and I'll probably drain that out better a little later. But for now, we'll just pour out of the bigger pot. These from Resin Art are also color coded. So the black one is the black lid is the hardener, and the white lid is the other. liters, 4.8 liters I needed for the top coat on this area of surface. But the main thing is to pour them into the parts that they need. So once you get that right and mix them, then it should cure properly. If you don't get the mix correct, then you're obviously going to have problems later. Now the other real important thing that I have is a mixing whisk for paint, and I got these off, again I got them off Amazon. You just attach them to your drill and they are excellent. They did a fantastic job of mixing. So now onto the pour. I've poured it all over the countertops and I'm just floating it around, making sure that I've got it moving. I'm using quite a large type spatula. Just to move the bulk of it around. As you can see, working the whole area from start to finish on the countertops, right around. Not doing the edges yet, I'm just pulling it towards the edge, but not actually flooding the edge, because what I want to happen is that resin basically self-levels over the larger areas first. Otherwise, if it starts flowing over the edge too early, then it will just decrease in volume from the top. So dedicate a bit of time to this. And it's really, really important for your top coat, for your flood coat, to make sure that your tools are absolutely clean. Otherwise, if you try and use something that you used for color, then more than likely the particles from the previous mix will go into your flood coat. And if that happens, you're going to have a lot of issues trying to get particles out, etc. And you don't really want to mess around at this stage. You want to just invest a few pennies in the last finishing tools, and then you can always use them for your colour mixes the next time, because that won't matter as much. Flood coat stuff for the final coat, you want to use brand new brushes, brand new leveling tools, gloves. So now I've just picked up a brush and I'm just stippling all that in, brushing it around again. Not going too close, not doing the edges just yet, because again, I want to make sure that the countertop is so now I've moved on to doing the edges. While I'm finishing off the countertop again. As you can see, good fluid movements. Don't go crazy, you've got time. Don't rush this part either. You're going to have about a good hour to level all your stuff. Just make sure it's all worked in properly, and use the excess in the tub to redo the edges a number of times. Work the areas. I mean, I suppose I've spent a good hour between starting the mix of the resin to where I am now. In a time sense, for working, that's not a long time. However, the time absolutely flies when you're doing this, because it's kind of intense. You're working against time, and you know that in the back of your mind, but you can't actually rush things. Normally when you start rushing things, that's when stuff goes wrong, so you've got to kind of pace yourself and relax, but work hard, diligently. Word of the day, diligent. Go over it a few times, check your I mean, the resin on the worktop is going to be more fluid than the resin in the pot, because the resin in the pot being confined, it may start to set up, even though I didn't have that problem. But I know that from the reaction in the pot, it can set up faster. So keep your eye on that. So all I'm doing there now is basically pulling the excess resin off the top of the countertop. I've obviously seen that there's probably just a little bit more than I need, and instead of leaving it to pool, I'm just pulling it back into the pot and redoing the edges. So you'll basically look at your worktops and make sure there's enough resin on them, but not too much. It only needs to be like 1 millimeter thick from what I've read on this type of resin for art. So 1 millimeter of resin is not a lot at all. It's a very, very small amount. And then obviously afterwards, when the resin was finished flowing as such, I would have taken a lollipop stick and cleaned all the edges. Again, just taking the excess off. I think I actually ran out of footage. Or my SD card ran out, and I was so engrossed in the whole process I didn't record the flame torch of the countertop. So yeah, pretty much after all this I would have taken my trusty blowtorch and gone over the countertops twice to take out any bubbles and to lay it flat. And I was really surprised because there was hardly any bubbles in this. Blowtorch basically glossed up the surface and just made it kind of work that little bit more, and it looked stunning, really lovely. But you know, I guess that's what you get for lots of hard work and decent resin. So this is what it came out as on the day after, and this is just a real quick run through of how it looked, and we were really chuffed, customer and I. It doesn't do it justice in the pictures, but I think you can get an idea of how glossy the effect is. Okay, so that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you can like and subscribe, on the last day and put a few comments in, put everything back in, see how I can improve, and I will make some more videos on epoxy, tiling, property maintenance, all the stuff that I do. I look forward to hearing from you and see you soon. Cheers, bye.